Sam's Garage, presented by Hemsaw. Sam and Doug prep to start building the new chassis for the '57 Ford Thunderbird. They walk us through all the new steering and suspension parts that will be included. Building the chassis straight and square is important to ensure the car tracks and performs correctly when back on the road.
Doug and I are ready for the important part, lots of measuring. We're about ready to build the chassis for our '57 Thunderbird, and this is going to be exciting. Now, what kind of process are you going to be taking to do this?
Well, the first thing we have to do is we've got to make sure that we've got a very level platform that we're building off of it. So what I have here is one of our roller tables, and I'm able to adjust it. I'm able to do everything in the XY axis to make sure everything is level. I've got a precision level up here, so I'm checking both of my axes because it's very important when we put everything on. We want to make sure our pickup points are in the right places with our suspension arms. So if everything was at an angle or if it wasn't flat, it could create a lot of problems. So we're going to work everything off of here.
That is very smart. This is very heavy duty too. I like it.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere.
Now check out all the parts on the floor here. This thing's going to ride so nice when it's all done. We're updating everything, even the rack and pinion steering. It came with a 9-inch rear end, but we went to Moser and we're going to do a lot stronger 9-inch. That's going to handle all the horsepower that the Coyote is going to put out. Now in the front, as you can see, the suspension from the factory was really bad. Tubular upper and lower control arms.
Well, Sam, remember, it wasn't bad. It was period correct,
That's
which
true.
wasn't really good.
There you go. That's a good point right there. We got adjustable coilovers, adjustable shocks. We're going, like I said, to a rack and pinion steering. Everything came from Scott's Hot Rods and Customs. Justin stopped everything he was doing to make this for us in record time, along with Moser as well. That's very cool.
Yeah, no, we got to give them a huge shout out because, you know, as we put everything together, they really stepped up and put us into a position where we can put everything together on this project.
So Doug, what exactly would you measure? Where would you start to build a chassis?
Well, what we're going to do, Sam, is we're going to start from our center. We're going to have a center line in both of our X and our Y axis. Start measuring out from our center. We'll measure all the way along on our frame so we know what our widths are going to be.
The arches in the back and the front.
Absolutely, the arches. Then we'll also be double checking since we've got to set our rear end. We're going to want to take a look at what our wheelbase is. So that has to be correct. And then we'll also be checking the track on the car. So we'll have all of these different measurements. That's why it's so critical to start with everything from a really level platform. Because if this isn't level and we don't have our pickup points right, then this can absolutely crab as it goes on down the road. After we have all the measurements, we've already got a rough layout of what our chassis is going to look like. We'll put in all of our measurements in here, and we're doing 3D modeling on, so we can take a look at on the 3D model, and if we want to, we can even put on a set of virtual reality headsets.
Goggles, yep.
Yep.
So right here is where Joe put the pieces that's going to be for the new front clip that's going on, right?
That's correct. So we'll have to take a look at where's the front clip going to be to make sure everything is set.
That is going to be cool.
Yeah, but you got to start from your center point, because if we go from our center and we work our way out, we'll know exactly where we're at. If you go from one end to another, you can do it, but it's just a lot more work.
I agree. And this is very important. We got a lot of money in this chassis, a lot of good parts are going on it. The last thing we want to do is mess up the measurement, mess up the chassis, and then dog track down the road. That's when the rear doesn't match the front. When you're going down the road, it messes up your alignment, your steering, your handling, and your tires. We don't want that.
No, we don't. You know, to make sure everything is correct, I got our inspector.